The truth is waiting here.
Something has to be there to be associated with rights. Now, here's what I'm really going to split a hair here, Bill, and this is important. They distinguish between personality and property. This is huge. My 46 chromosome monarchy is personality. It's personal. It is not property. It can never be property as separate from my being, my actual supreme being. So my biology, my monarchy, can never be considered property. Now, here's what they did. When they clamp and cut the cord, a piece, the original matter of my monarchy falls to the ground or is left behind as an avulsion on a piece of property, which is the accretion. So the accretion is the property they're talking about. They are not talking about my biology, and I'll prove it right now. I'm going to go to the Avalon Project for the Liber Code, which was created during the Civil War, civil meaning Roman, over civil rights. We're not talking about man's rights. We're talking about rights created through the civil calendar, the Gregorian calendar. And they're talking about the land. They're talking about the accretion only. That's the civil rights. The civil rights are over the land. They're not over the man. They're over the land. Do you have a right to walk on this ground or not? Are you an animal? Are you an animal running wild, or do you have a right to be here? And that right to be here is civil rights, and they're talking about the accretion only. The accretion gets the birth certificate. The man does not. The monarch does not get the paperwork. And I'm going to read this real quick. Article 42. There's the number 42. It's everywhere. Number 42. It says, slavery, complicating and confounding the ideas of property, comma, that is of a thing, comma, and of personality, comma, that is of humanity, comma. So they're actually at Article 42, they're saying, listen, slavery is the confounding or the mixing of property, things, with humanity, personality, biology. And the fetal maternal placenta evidences this ambiguity. So there's a piece of me, my personality, my biology, my monarchy, but it's on a piece of ground, which is the property. The property. So then it comes down to if that land is considered terra nullius, no man's land, now a piece of me is attached to that ground. If the ground becomes terra nullius, no man's land, then my biology is found or discovered on that ground. They're not talking about me as property. They're talking about the land as property, the rights over the land. But if somebody discovers that land as terra nullius, then they also have me to be responsible. They can pull me with my 46 chromosomes, which is, it matches the decedent found on that estate. They can pull me in and say, hey, listen, this is waste material that needs to be paid for. This is a child this is a charge that needs to be paid for, and that's what they're doing. They're confounding the idea of things and personality. And the things are what have the separate property is where the rights are you're talking about. My rights are unalienable as the monarch. But if the monarch is found dead on the ground of that land, now the monarchy has been abandoned. So now the monarchy doesn't exist, and there's nobody there to speak for that ground or that accretion. And now the rights go to whoever find it. Hey, the court does its discovery? Yeah, the court's found it. On what grounds? Well, the accretion are the grounds. So I mean, that's the personal effects. My personality is my biology, my monarchy, but the effects is the ground under my monarchy, under my kingdom, under my ark, and that's what everybody's fighting over. The rights to that land, that promised land, that's what people are fighting over.